we are back in Inspirational Online Art Studio Paper Paint and Palette in the new season, season of Thanksgiving. We will be doing art projects and craft projects that are based on the fall, on Thanksgiving, on beautiful colors of the fall, this wonderful change that God gives us throughout the year, and when the leaves turning multiple colors, when the weather gets colder, when the sky sometimes get covered in clouds and we have some gloomy days and rain. And it's a wonderful season when I love to appreciate and incorporate God's creation, nature into our project. As you will be preparing for this art project, I will encourage you to go outside and look for different leaves, different shapes and colors, and I will encourage you to look for different twigs, and I will encourage you to look for berries, for pine cones, for all of these wonderful things that fall brings to us. I decorated these 3 vases with newspaper, with leaves, and also with acrylic paint, and I put some different handmade and nature things inside to bring fall into my home decor and to just have fun, you know, decorating leftover bottles, plastic bottles in fall colors with leaves, and I really had a blast. But in this wonderful art tutorial, you will have to stress out to everybody who will participate in it that you will need a lot of patience. You will need a lot of time to just sit and wait and hold a project together in order for the leaves to stick to the surface, and you will be encouraged to reminisce and to think about and to dwell on God's goodness, on His love. And as Psalm 107 says in first verse, give thanks to the Lord, for He is good, His love endures forever. And this verse, if you feel like it, you can put on your vases as well, and I will show you what materials I used, and I will show you step by step how you can bring nature into your home decor and decorate plastic bottles that will be turned into wonderful fall vases, and I hope you will have a blast. See you at the table. You will need 3 plastic bottles. Ask a doll to cut off the tops of those bottles, and that's what we will be using to create vases. You will need leaves with different colors and shapes, twigs and berries. Then you will need orange, brown, pomegranate acrylic paint, Mod Podge, water cup, paint palette, and several flat sponges. So first thing you need to do is paint plastic bottles with acrylic paint of your choice. I chose orange color for my first bottle, then I will show you for my second bottle I chose brown color, and I paint each bottle with different sponge. So for the third bottle I chose pomegranate color, and that will be our first layer. As our first layer will be drying off, we will be turning pages of an old book into something usable. So we will tear off margins and alleys, all the white spots on the pages, and we will leave only words, just like that. I used about 6 pages for my project for 3 vases, so about 2 pages per vase. You can decide how many those pages you will need for your project. So third step is to paint second coat of paint on your vases to make it more vibrant and make sure that you cannot see color of the vase, of the plastic bottle. and so repeat it for all 3 vases. Next, you need to apply Mod Podge and put pieces of page over it. Apply it on the parts of the vase where you want the pages from the book to go over. It's going to create nice texture and kind of a nice background for your leaves, and leaves will gonna stick better to the pieces of the page than to the plastic bottle. So that's another reason why we should do that. And then you can wrap excess pieces of page over the edge of the vase. And so continue with second vase. So for this vase I decided to put pieces from the book on the bottom part, and I'm applying generously Mod Podge and laying over pieces of paper. Okay, and after second vase is ready, I decided to just trim excess piece of paper. And for the third vase, I plan to have pieces of that book laying over the middle. Step number 5 is to apply Mod Podge only to the space where each leaf will go, so that it will not going to dry as you're working with one leaf. And by the time you'll come to the next section, that part of the Mod Podge will be all dry. So you go step by step. So you apply Mod Podge only to the space where you want the leaves to go. And this where you need to exercise your patience, because the leaves need to stick to the surface of that page, which is easier than having them to be applied straight into the plastic bottle, but still you need to hold into the leaf and make sure it is completely sealed, completely glued into the surface. Try to vary colors and shapes of your leaves just to make it interesting for the eye, and try to make it work with the color that you already applied, that acrylic paint. Make sure it's all harmonically working together, and proceed to the next bottle to decorate next bottle with the leaves. For the brown vase, I decided to use leaves in a different way, and you will see that I will be carefully trying to work with leaves. I will cut those leaves in half and lay them facing upward, and you see I am waiting on the leaf to stick to the surface of the vase, and I even put the Mod Podge on the leaf itself. And even with some leaves I try to mold them, and I try to break those veins a little bit with the scissors, just like this, just to make sure they will be moldable and can curve as my vase curving, as the surface of my vase is, as I said, curved. My leaves should be curving with the vase. So in order for them to be glued carefully, I decided to curve the leaf itself, and it actually worked pretty well. So don't try to straighten up those leaves. If you're using them on a curved surface like this ones, then you should make them more pliable, more moldable, and able to curve as the vase curves. Alright, so I am finishing up with this brown vase, and I will proceed now
to the third vase, and for that vase I decided to put just a band of those leaves in the middle, right on top of the pieces of pages that are also already was glued on the middle. So I am applying Mod Podge, and I took my time in preparing these leaves to curve along the edges of my vase. So I molded them and I curved them and kind of worked with those veins so they will be more pliable and not stubborn when I try to go around the corner. As I was waiting for my vases to dry, I decided to create myself leaves out of the leftover pages of that old book that I had, and I will end up gluing them into those twigs, and I will curve them and I will fold them so they will not gonna just sit straight on those twigs, and I will glue them into the twigs with the Mod Podge, and they will be a nice decoration that will kind of be balanced in the decorations of the vases. Next step, number 8, is to write Bible verse from Psalm 107. And I love these words saying, "Give thanks to the Lord." And on the back I wrote where it came from, Psalm 107. Step number 9, and to cover the whole vase in a layer of Mod Podge. To protect it, to put that glossy finish on, to make it look nice and beautiful, and let it dry, and then apply another 1 or 2 layers of Mod Podge and let it dry for about an hour. And then you can put your twigs and leaves, and that's it. 10 simple steps plus patience.
Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you was able to create your own wonderful design and use maybe your favorite colors of fall on those vases. And I hope you will find a nice cozy place where you can exhibit your work and where you will enjoy fall and where you will enjoy colors of fall and all the wonderful blessings that God gives us and the harvest that we can enjoy. And I hope that you will be encouraged that God is good, He loves you, His love endures forever, and don't forget to just thank Him that you are where you are, because it could have been much worse. But I would like to also encourage you, if you like this tutorial, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe for my channel. And also I would like to invite you into my website, which is www.paperpaintandpalette.com. I am doing Monday tutorials, I am doing live broadcasts on Wednesday, and I would like you to join me. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please hit the reply button, a comment, and I would love to answer you and come up with something interesting and something new. As we're preparing for Thanksgiving, I would like to wish you a wonderful, peaceful time with your family, and enjoy each other, enjoy God, because His love endures forever. May God bless you. Have a wonderful day.